Hello, welcome to Hong Kong Direct, your weekly insight to everything that is great about Hong Kong racing. And we're out and about this week on location away from the studio because on Thursday morning at Sha Tin Racecourse, the 14 runners were selected for the 2023 BMW Hong Kong Derby. 14 star thoroughbreds to do battle over the 2,000 metres. Here are the selected runners to do battle on Sunday, March 19.
The BMW Hong Kong Derby 2023 selected runners. Keefe
is streaking away with the Chevalier Cup.
Beauty Eternal.
It's Beauty Eternal 2 in front. Beauty Eternal, you can book your tickets for March 19. We'll see you on Derby Day.
Super Sunny Singh.
Super Sunny Singh, he won the Classic Cup.
Voyage Bubble.
It's Voyage Bubble and Jamie Carr for the Classic Mile.
Sword Point.
Sword Point is going to really ram it home. Sword Point won it by 3. Tuchel in front. Galaxy Witness won't get him, and Tuchel kicks the goal in the last.
Beautyverse.
Beautyverse in front. He needs to post Beautyverse, and he got it.
Galaxy Witness.
Galaxy Witness winner method won't lie down, but Galaxy Witness will do enough to see it out.
Sweet Encounter.
Sweet Encounter, he travelled like the winner a long, long way out and does it easily.
Attula Begil.
Look at Attula Begil just join in as he likes. It's been a clean-up.
Flagship Warrior.
Flagship Warrior shooting through on the inside. Flagship Warrior for Karis Teeton. Wow!
Encountered.
Encountered in front, and there's Forfeit de Souza.
Straight Aaron.
Straight Aaron. He was able to get clear, and he wins and wins well.
Bonza Perla.
Bonza Perla's the thread. Heresy curling up. Bonza Perla dives and got it.
So there we have it. The 14 runners to partake in the 2023 BMW Hong Kong Derby have been selected to be run here at Sha Tin on the 19th of March. And I'm pleased to say I'm joined by Head of Racing Product for the Hong Kong Jockey Club, Greg Carpenter. And Greg, what a lineup that we've got for the Derby this year. How exciting is it?
It's incredibly exciting. I think sometimes with the Derby, it's only 12 months later that you work out how strong a field it is. But you know, some of the emerging talent that's assembled for this year's BMW Hong Kong Derby is incredible. Everyone's all over Beauty Eternal, goes into the race having run only 5 times. There's only actually been one winner of a Hong Kong Derby who's run less before winning the race, and that was River Verdon right back in 1991, who had 4 starts prior, and the Derby in those years, Tom, was over 1,800 metres. John Size has been very measured with him. He didn't commit to the Derby run until after his last start. I think he's an exciting prospect, and we'll see some great things from Beauty Eternal over the next 12 months. And Chris So with Super Sunny Singh, who won the Classic Cup, is also an outstanding prospect. It's going to be a great renewal.
Yeah, it certainly is. We know how exciting it is for the owners, connections, trainers, jockeys to win the BMW Hong Kong Derby. But on Beauty Eternal, like many of these horses in this race, we're not really sure his ceiling yet because he's been oh so impressive, but when he has done it, he's been mostly under a hold.
Well, I think that's one of the intriguing parts of Beauty Eternal going into the Derby, and those that are supporting him. For me, he's still a work in progress. He's got so much more upside to come. His last start win was enormously impressive, but he floats. He's got a beautiful stride, gets over the ground very easily. It's a question of whether he's seasoned enough for the 2,000 metres at his 6th start, but we'll find out on Sunday, March the 19th. But I think that Beauty Eternal has marked himself as one of the most exciting prospects that we've seen here in Hong Kong for a while, and I'm expecting great things from him both in the Derby and beyond that over the next 12 months.
We've had two different winners so far of the 4-year-old series. The classic mile, of course, Voyage Bubble, dictated off the front for Jamie Carr, Super Sunny Singh. We haven't found his ceiling yet because Chris So has done an immaculate job of handling him and bringing him up through the grades, and his pedigree says no at the 2,000 metres, but he looks like he'd relish it.
Isn't it fantastic to see Chris So with a real live chance in a BMW Hong Kong Derby? Chris is such a positive, bubbly character. It's been wonderful to track the progression of Super Sunny Singh through the classes. And then when he won the Classic Cup over 1,800 metres, his turn of foot and the way he let down was incredible. His sectionals over the last 600 metres were outstanding. So he's certainly the horse for Beauty Eternal to beat. Voyage Bubble, we heard Ricky Yu this morning say that there might be a change of tactics. There's a change of rider, we know that. There might be a change of tactics for Voyage Bubble. But look outside those and there are some really exciting horses. Sword Point ridden positively in the Classic Cup. I thought he was an outstanding performance. And Galaxy Witness, who finished off that race very strongly. So there are many other horses with claims outside the obvious 2 or 3.
Looking forward to this year's edition of the 2023 BMW Hong Kong Derby coming up here at Sha Tin on March the 19th. Greg, appreciate your time. And as we move forward to here on Hong Kong Direct, our executive producer Doug Chalmers caught up with a few of the trainers leading up to the Derby.
Yeah, look, it's the ultimate for everybody. You know, International Day is a big meeting, of course, and the world's watching. But I think the Derby's still probably the premier race for Hong Kong, I think. And every owner's aspiration, as well as every trainer and every jockey, likes to be part of it.
Talk to us about the horse. At the moment, he's down to run on Saturday over 1,400 metres and then the Derby the week after.
Yeah, look, it's probably a little bit of a different path going into the race, but he was a month between runs, and you know, he went from 14 to 16 and then jumping up to the 2,000 with a month between runs. You know, I had to make the decision whether to run him or to give him possibly a mile trial. I could have gone that way. But I think 8 days, you know, sort of with a 1,400 metre race to just take the freshness out of him and help him sort of get the distance. The 2,000 is what I decided to do, and I'm pretty happy with that.
Look, very excited, especially for the connections. You know, they invested substantial money to buy these horses, and most horses don't make it. So to get 2 ins is really good.
Just tell us about the process of bringing the horses to Hong Kong, and how difficult is it to get them into this race, to get them ready and up to their max for one day in March?
Yeah, well, they were bought out of the Adelaide May Carnival, and that was going into winter in Australia. So we got them out to Hong Kong at the end of last season, and they've gone step by step. Flagship Warrior developed a splint on arrival, so he was chasing his tail a bit. He would have run a month earlier, and the filly, she's got a very bad foot that held her up a month. So, but once they got over their initial teething problems, it's been pretty smooth sailing, apart from bad barriers to get in.
Talking about bad barriers, Flagship Warrior last time managed to overcome a bad barrier to run very well. Were you very happy with his run, given the barrier that he had to have?
I think he would have fought out the finish if he drew a better barrier. His weakness is he has a tendency to over-race, so in that race we didn't want to ride for a position, so we just switched him off and let him run home. And I think he ran, if he didn't run the fastest, it was the second fastest sectionals of the race. So it stamped him. I was very happy. I went home very happy after that run.
And what about Bonza Perla? What are your thoughts for her heading into the Derby?
Look, she's drawn bad barriers. Last start she drew better, and she just needed the run. But her best form in Australia is with blinkers on, and I've saved that for the grand final. So she's gets the blinkers on, hopefully a nice barrier, and she'll run a good race. She was placed in the best guineas in Australia behind the best horse, narrowly beaten, and I think her best is good enough to run well here.
I think the last run is very important, because at least he proven he handled 18 and he won the race, and I think this is the main target on the 19th Derby day. Really hope we can get a good draw and can try our best.
He's got a great turn of foot. Is that what's most exciting about him, seeing him in the straight, finishing off so strongly?
Yeah, that I think is you saw even he won a couple of races. He quite strong in the turn of foot, and yeah, he's quite surprised. He really every race he did a really good job. he tried his best. I will say, he always try his 100%. So, I really hope, on the Derby day, we still can do the same.
And once again, the Derby of 2023 coming up on Sunday, March the 19th, promises to be another epic clash. But here's what we've got coming up in Hong Kong over the next week or so. Of course, we don't race Sunday here this week. We are racing on Saturday afternoon with the first race coming through at 1 p.m. The Trackside Live team will be on air from 12:30 for the coverage on Saturday afternoon. Midweek racing returns to Happy Valley on Wednesday evening. So we've got racing at the city circuit under the lights. And then we're back here for the big dance on Sunday, March the 19th for the 2023 BMW Hong Kong Derby. Speaking of the Derby, we leave you with one of the great clashes down through the years here in Hong Kong. We take you back to 2014 and it was Designs on Rome v Able Friends.
Now Designs on Rome gets going at the 600 metres. Able Friends been shuffled back to last. Mr. Nocky pulls to the outside, then Wei Feng Express. All You Wish and Able Friend will ride for luck into the straight, where Beauty Flame is the leader. From Flame Hero in second. Mr. Nocky runs on. Dibiani and Designs on Rome coming down the outside, and Able Friend's got a split. This is what we've been waiting for. Designs on Rome, Dibiani the outside, Able Friends bursting up the rails. It's Designs on Rome and Able Friend fighting it out. Designs on Rome with his head in front. He's edging away, and Designs on Rome wins the Derby by a length.